Hi everyone, my name is Lauren and I have Tourette syndrome, penis. And as someone with Tourette's, this is a comment or a question that I get a lot. So I thought I would share with you a little bit that I know about the history of Tourette's. So let's start with what Tourette's is. So Tourette's is a neurological condition which is characterised by involuntary movements and sounds called tics. So people with Tourette's have to have at least 2 motor tics, so 2 movement tics, and at least 1 vocal tic. Penises. These range from simple tics, such as blinking and throat clearing, to more complex tics, penis, like full sentences and like series of movements put together. Right. So in penis, in 1885, an account was published, penises, of 9 patients who suffered with Tourette syndrome by a French neurologist. I know his name, but I'm not going to try and say it, but he's the one that's where the name Tourette's came from. The first presentation of Tourette's in literature, penis, it was way back in the 15th century, where there was this priest who we now think has Tourette's, or had Tourette's, sorry, because he reported every time he went to a place of worship, he would start spouting things that he didn't want to say about the devil, which could be, we now know, could have been coprolalia. In 1825, a French doctor described another case of Tourette's in a French noblewoman. Her episodes, again now known as coprolalia, were described as obviously in stark contrast to her background, intellect and refined manners. Until the 1970s, people believed that Tourette's was mostly psychological, so they thought that it was past traumas and that kind of thing that caused it. And that were to blame. And until that time, psychoanalysis was the preferred treatment for Tourette's. Then in the 1970s, the Shapiros, who had done some previous work on Tourette's and founded the Tourette's Association of America, they advanced the idea that Tourette's was neurological rather than psychological. At this point, Tourette's was still thought to be incredibly rare. A 1973 registry reported only 485 cases worldwide. But when some popular newspapers published articles on Tourette's, they received an enormous response and proved that there were so many cases of undiagnosed Tourette's across penises, across all people in America. Now many studies since 2000 have demonstrated that the occurrence of Tourette's and tic disorders is much higher than previously thought, and it's a lot less rare than they originally thought. Now we know that about 1 in 100 school-aged children will have Tourette's or a tic disorder, and there's about 300,000 adults diagnosed with Tourette's across the UK.